Namaste children, welcome back to 9th English class. Today we are going to learn Unit 5 Prose, Water, the Elixir of Life, written by Sir C.V. Raman. You know who is Sir C.V. Raman? His full name is Sir Chandrasekhara Venkataraman. He was born on 7th November 1888 and passed away on 21st November 1970. He was an Indian physicist born in Tiruchirappalli. He carried out groundbreaking work in the field of light scattering, which earned him the 1930 Nobel Prize for Physics. He was a Nobel Prize laureate. Which subject he got? Physics. He discovered that when light traverses the transparent material, some of the deflected light changes wavelength. This phenomenon, subsequently known as Raman scattering, results from the Raman effect, and to commemorate it, February 28 is celebrated as National Science Day. Which is National Science Day, can you say? February 28, commemorating his Nobel laureateship. We have been celebrating February 28 as National Science Day. In 1954, India honored him with its highest civilian award. Which is the India's highest civilian award? Can you say? Yes, Bharat Ratna. So, India honored him with the greatest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. Here, the prescribed lesson, Water, the Elixir of Life. It is written by Sir C.V. Raman. Okay, shall we move to the lesson? What is mean by the elixir of life? Elixir. What is mean by elixir? Can you say? Elixir means a hypothetical substance believed to maintain life indefinitely. We are saying amudam. Okay. Kayakalpam. The உயிர் வாழ வேண்டியதுக்கு முக்கியமாக here the meaning is water the elixir of life means உயிர் வாழறதுக்கான அமுதம். Actually elixir means it is a hypothetical substance believed to maintain life indefinitely. Amudam. Here our real elixir of life is water. That only through this extract Sir C.V. Raman is saying. Through this essay, C.V. Raman give the importance of water. It is an important natural resource. Man has through the ages sought in vain for an imaginary elixir of life, the divine Amrita, a draught of which was thought to confer immortality. Man has through the ages sought in vain. We are searching for some Amrita. Vain means useless. Two veins are there. Here vain useless. V-E-I-N vain means nerves. Here man has through the ages sought in vain an imaginary elixir of life, the divine Amrita, a draught of which was thought to confer immortality. We have been believing this Amrita or elixir can confer immortality. But true elixir of life lies near our hands. But according to C.V. Raman, true elixir is in our hands. What it is? For it is the commonest of all liquids, plain water. According to C.V. Raman, the real elixir of life is water. Okay? What is meant by elixir? Amudam or Amrita. For that only Devas and Asuras fought for that Amrita only. Here real elixir of life according to C.V. Raman, real elixir of life is water, plain water. For it is the commonest of all liquids, plain water. I remember one day standing on the line which separates the Libyan desert from the valley of Nile in Egypt. Here he is remembering while he was standing on the line which separates the Libyan desert from the valley of Egypt, valley of the Nile in Egypt. Here two pictures are given. Edge of the Libyan desert, very beautiful picture you can see there. West bank of Nile, and while he was standing on the line which separates the Libyan desert from the valley of the Nile in Egypt. One side valley of Nile, another side Libyan desert. That time some thought came to him. We can see that on one side was visible a sea of billowing sand without a speck of green or single living thing anywhere on it. One side he is seeing billowing sand, because in desert you know what is desert? It is full of sand only. Billowing, it is an adjective characterized by great swelling waves so such as அலைகள் போல குவியான மண்ணு தான் பார்க்க முடியுது ஒரு சைடு, because it is a desert, Libyan desert, one side Libyan desert. So billowing sand without a speck of green or single living thing anywhere on. There was no green or there is no plantation, vegetation, no living things, because it is a desert, a single living thing anywhere on it. On the other side lay one of the greatest, most fertile and densely populated area. But other side what it is? It is Nile Valley, the greatest river in Egypt, Nile. There on other side one of the greatest, most fertile and densely populated area. Other side, one side Libyan desert, other side densely populated area. What is the difference between that place? Because one is desert, there he can see only billowing sand, அலைகள் போல வருന്ന அந்த குமிஞ்சு இருக்கின்ற sand, soil only he can see. But other side it is densely populated area. Because of the presence of the water only the difference is there. Because in desert there is no water, but in the other side Nile river is flowing, because the area is populated, it is fertile and densely populated area. Okay children, here another picture is also there, beautiful picture, pyramids at Giza, Egypt along the Nile river. This pyramids also we can see the banks of the Nile river. To be found anywhere on the earth, teeming with life and vegetation. There he can see teeming means abundantly filled with living organs, living things. One side it is Libyan desert, only sand is visible, there is no living things, there is no vegetation, there is no sceneries, greeneries. But other side it is most fertile and densely populated areas to be found anywhere on the earth, teeming with life. Everybody he can see life and vegetation. What made this wonderful difference? Can you say what is the difference? One side Libyan desert, other side Nile river. Because of the presence of the Nile river only this land is fertile and lot of vegetation is there, lot of living things is there. What made this wonderful difference? Why it is the water of the Nile river flowing down to the Mediterranean from its source a couple of thousands of miles away. Because of the presence of the Nile only this happened. Because of the water only this happened. So only C.V. Raman is saying water is the elixir of life. Geologists tell us the entire soil of the Nile Valley is creation of the river itself, brought down to the finest slit in its floodwaters from the highland of Abyssinia and from remote Central Africa. The Nile river, while it is flowing, it is carrying the soil. While it is flooded, it is flowing and taking the soil from the highlands of Abyssinia and from remote Central Africa and lay down through the ages in through trough through which the Nile flows into the sea. While it was going to the sea, it is made trough there. Egypt, in fact, made by its river. Egypt is made by its river. Its ancient civilization was created and is sustained by the life-giving waters which come down year after year with unfailing regularity. Because of the unfailing regularity of the flow of the water, only Egyptian civilization is created. I give this example and could give many other to emphasize that this common substance which we take for granted in our everyday life is the most potent and the most wonderful thing on the face of our earth. Why C.V. Raman gave this example? To explain the importance of water only he gave this example, Libyan desert and Nile valley. Because of the presence of the water, what magic can make through water, that only he explained here. It has played a role of vast significance in shaping course of the earth history. Water can create a great history and continues to play a leading role in the drama of life on the surface of our planet. Why our earth is called blue planet? Can you say? Because of the presence of the water, lot of water. So while seeing from the moon we can see it is blue, as well as it is called green planet. Why it is called green planet? Because of the vegetation. Why it is green? Because of the presence of the water only lot of trees are growing. So it is called, the special thing about the earth is it is blue planet, green planet. Because of the presence of the water only our planet got this speciality. Okay. There is nothing which adds so much to the beauty of the countryside as water, be it just a little stream trickling over the rocks or the little ponds by the wayside where the cattle quench their thirst of an evening. According to Sir C.V. Raman, water gives beauty to every landscape. For example, we are saying Kerala is God's own country because of the presence of the water, waters, it gets its specialities. Here he is giving, there is nothing which adds so much to the beauty of the countryside. The village got its beauty by the presence of water, be just little stream trickling over the rocks or a little pond by the wayside. Trickling means to flow slowly and without force. Water is flowing from rock or wayside, little pond, or where the cattle quench their thirst of an evening. See, from the pond when cattle is drinking water, quench its thirst, it is drinking its water. It is a beautiful sight. The rain-fed tanks that are so common in South India. South India's common view, the rain-fed tank. We can see nearby our Sriperumbudur which tank we can see Ramanuja near the tank is there, and here another river is there. Alas, often so sadly neglected in their maintenance, are a cheering sight when they are full. Alas, often so sadly neglected in their maintenance. We want to maintain that water bodies, this pond, tanks, everything we want to maintain. Are cheering sight when they are full. They are of course shallow, but this is less evident since the water is slit laden and throws the light back, and the bottom does not therefore show up. These tanks play a vital role in South Indian agriculture. When there is a common sight of South India, lot of tanks and boats. This is the backbone of agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy. All these tanks play a vital role in agriculture. These tanks play a vital role in South Indian agriculture. Some of these tanks are surprisingly large, and it is a beautiful sight to see the sunrise or set over one of them. Here there is a tank. If you go and watch the sunrise and sunset, it is very beautiful sight. Water in a landscape may be compared to the ice in human face. Here a beautiful comparison is given. Water in a landscape may be compared to the ice in human face. See, in our face, two eyes are there. Without eyes you see. So, C.V. Raman is compared. Water in landscape is compared to the two eyes of human face. It reflects the mood of the hour. If you are sad, your sadness is reflected in your eyes. If you are happy, that happiness is also reflected in the eyes. Likewise, water is reflecting everything. Being bright and gay when the sun shines. When the sun shines, the water is gay. Gay means happy. It is bright and gay. Turning to dark and gloomy when the sky is over. When the sky is overcast, it is gloomy. Are you clear, children? Okay. One of the most remarkable facts about water is its power to carry silt or finely divided soil in suspension. While flowing, it is carrying the suspensions, carry silt or finely divided soil in suspension. The fertile soil is carried out by the flow of the water. This is the origin of the characteristic color of the water in rain-fed tank. Sometimes rain-fed tank, it is the characteristics of the rain-fed tank. This color varies with the nature of the earth in the catchment area, and it's most vivid immediately after a fresh inflow following rain. After the rain, the water in the tanks, it is different. What is meant by catchment? Near Pidippu Pagri, here we can see that area. After rain, what is the color of that water? That only explained here. The color varies with the nature of the earth in the அந்த இடத்துல மண்ணுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி அந்த கலர் சேஞ்ச் ஆகிடும். ஏரியா and is the most vivid immediately after the fresh inflow of flowing rain. Swiftly following water, we can carry fairly large and heavy particles. The flowing water, it is carry fairly large and heavy particles. The finest particles, however, remains floating within the liquid in spite of their greater density and carried to great distance. The finest particle of the earth is carried by the flowing water and it is sedimented somewhere. Such particles are of course extremely small, but their number is also great and incredibly large amount of solid matter can be transported in this way. It is carrying soil. What happened? In a great amount, incredibly, unbelievably large amounts of solid matter can be transported in one place to another place. When the water is flowing, it is sedimented somewhere. When silt-laden water mixes with salt water of the sea, there is a rapid precipitation of the suspended matter. Where this river is flowing, can you say? Where this river is flowing? It is flowing to sea. When silt-laden water mixes with salt water of the sea, when this water is mixed with sea water, there is a rapid precipitation. Precipitation means a solid substance that is produced from the liquid during a chemical process. This precipitation is happening of the suspended matter. This can be readily seen when travels by steamer down or a greater river to the deep sea. This can be readily seen when one travels by steamer. If you travel in a steamer down a great river to deep sea, you can see that precipitation. The color of the water changes successively from the muddy red. Then the color of the water will be changed. Sometimes it is muddy, sare color red color or brown of silt. Sometimes it is a brown color because of the presence of silt through varying shades of. Sometimes it is yellow color and green. Finally to the blue of the deep sea. கடைசியாக அந்த ocean seal சேரும்போது என்ன இருக்கும் blue color. That great C.V. Raman got Nobel Prize for the scattering of light. Here also how nicely he is explaining that the color of water, the changes of the color of water successively from the muddy red. First it is muddy red, sare color na red color. Then brown of silt, then again it is brown silt color, then it is yellow, then green, and finally it become sea color, that is blue color. That great tracts of land have been formed by silt thus deposited is evident on an examination of the soil in alluvial area. This type alluvial area is created because of the sedimentation of the soil. Such land consisting as it does the finally divided matter is usually very fertile. So only near the river, all the valleys is densely populated because it is fertile land because of the sedimentation of this alluvial soil. Okay, children. The flow of water has undoubtedly played a great part and beneficent one in the geological process by which the soil on the earth's surface has been formed from the rocks of its crust. How soil is created? Can you say how soil is created? Because of the, it is created from the crust, the breaking down of rocks only. Here the flow of water has undoubtedly played a great part and beneficent one in the geological process by which the soil on earth's surface has been formed from the rocks of the. How the soil is created? The soil, creation of the soil also an important part and significant role for water. The same agency, however, under appropriate conditions can also play a destructive part and wash away the soil, which is foundation of all agriculture. See, forming of the soil. How the soil is forming? Breaking down of the earth crust or rocks. There is a significant role for water. And the பெரிய ரோக்கை தூள் பண்ணி சோயில் ஆக்கிறதுக்கு வாட்டருக்கு எவ்வளோ முக்கியத்துவம் இருக்குதோ அதே மாதிரி it is destruct the soil. எப்படி டிஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணுறாங்க? while it is flowing, it is carrying out the topsoil. The same agency, what is the same agency? Can you say? Yes, water. The water can split the rock and make soil. The same agency, the same water, however under appropriate conditions, can also play a destructive part and wash away the soil, which is a foundation. The soil is the foundation of agriculture as well as water is also the foundation of agriculture. But the water is washing away, it is taking away the topmost soil while it is flowing, and if allowed to proceed unchecked can have the most disastrous effect on the life of the country. Okay, soil erosion, it is disastrous effect of the flowing water. But water is good too. It is an elixir of life. Life ke amudama irukkudu water, and at the same time it is making soil erosion. It is making soil at the same time. Sometimes it is carrying out the soil, that is soil erosion. It is a disastrous effect on the life of the country. It is a disastrous effect for our country. The problem of soil erosion is one of the serious important in various countries, not only in India. Various countries, it is a disastrous problem. What is disastrous problem? Soil erosion. What is soil erosion? The flow of the water carrying away the topsoil. or alluvial soil, fertile soil, and the soil is soil erosion. The problem of soil erosion is one of the most serious problem in various countries and especially in many parts of India. The condition under which it occurs and it measures by which it can be checked and deserving of the closest study. So we want to check that. We want to make a closest study to stop that. Soil erosion occurs in successive steps, the earliest of which may easily pass unnoticed, unknowingly. It is happening. If we did notice, it will happen easily. How we can prevent soil erosion? Can you say some steps? Plant trees, okay, we can see. In the larger stages, the cutting up and washing away of the earth is only too painfully apparent in the formation of deep gullies and ravines which make all agriculture impossible. Sudden bursts of excessively heavy rain resulting in a large run of surplus water are the principal factors in causing soil erosion. Suddenly heavy downpour, because of the force of the water, all the soil will go away. It is taking formation of deep gullies and ravines which make all agriculture impossible. Sudden burst of excessive heavy rain. Suddenly heavy rain happen. It will result in large run of surplus water. Surplus water will flow away to some other places. The principal factor in causing, this is the principal factor of soil erosion. Contributory causes are the slope of the, we want to take some preventive measures to stop soil erosion. One is slope of the land. We make the land slope. Removal of the natural protective coat of vegetation. The existence of ruts along which the water can flow with rapidly gathering momentum and the absence of any check of such flow. Incredibly large quantities of precious soil can be washed away if such condition exists, as is too often the case. For that, what we want to do? Contributory causes are the slope of the land. One is slope of the land. Contributory causes of the removal of soil erosion. The slope of the land, likewise removal of the natural protective coat of the vegetation. Lot of grass is there. If you are removing that, what will happen? The topsoil will go away. The existence of ruts along which the water can flow with rapidly gathering momentum and the absence of any check of such flow. Without checking, it is check dams or something is not there. What will it flow? Soil erosion. Incredibly large quantities of precious, this is the precious soil, because soil is the important thing for the agriculture, can be washed. So the topmost soil is washed away. So fertile soil is washed away. If such condition exists, as it is too often the case. Okay children, shall I stop here? Next class we can see the effect of soil erosion, what we can do to prevent soil erosion. You read the lesson. Okay, be safe. Thank you children.